What's going on, everyone? It's Jeremy. We're going to look at a few things that I've got over the last month or two that I didn't do a video on, and I just want to try to follow up just to show some other stuff. Each one of them's not really big enough to do a video on individually, so kind of just do a little hodgepodge, quick run through of some stuff. We'll start actually with the taxi, what's way back here. This was supposed to be the modular gift with purchase, so it didn't end up there. It actually ended up being that here in March and April, and you get this little curb, I guess, to go with it. But yeah, it's not a bad little set. Little build. It cost $200 to get it because you had to spend $200 for a gift with purchase, or you had to buy a modular building. And actually, I guess you might have got it for $179 because I think in the US that's what the bookstore costs. That's the cheapest modular out there right now. So I guess at least that. But it's a nice little taxi. It'll go well in the city. You can see there's already a little bit of dust on it. Jeez. Okay. Next up, we'll look at this skate park here. And there's actually two skate parks that are here. There's this one that comes with reminds me of like a Red Bull car where they've got all the sodas and the energy drinks in the back. What do they call it? Vita Rush. So we've got our Vita Rush sales rep in there. Not a bad little car. It's a nice little build, but you can see what fell out. Oh, the cell phone. A cool little print piece. I think I stuck it behind the seat just so I wouldn't lose it. But yeah, that's a nice little car. It goes with this. You get the full base plate. You get 3 of the ramps. And you can see how the bikes don't want to stand up. You get 1 skateboard. And the pieces are just jumping off the table. They're so excited. Looks like our one has a Vita Rush. You do get these 2 little rail pieces and some cones. I didn't bring them over. New bike, newer, I guess not brand new, but a newer bike. You can see the legs don't fit because the rider that's on there that they recommend, yeah, it's a little short. It's hard to make it do anything. Just the ramps are cool for design, but it just doesn't want to go anywhere. The coolest thing probably here is the wheelchair. This trans green wheels. That's pretty cool. Yeah, nice helmet. You can see the Extreme Team. Little throwback to the early 2000s, late 90s. But that's a nice one. I only have a couple wheelchairs for the city, so that's one reason I got it. Now this was full price. It was $39. Walmart's had it for $32. So if you can find it for that, add a little skate park to your city if you've got an extra space to try to fill in. This other one here, this other little skate park thing, this is a poly bag that came out January 1st. I'm sure it may be at other places. A little $5 thing. You get this little tiny build. You get a frog. Yeah. I'll put them together just to make it more full. So we'll move those to the side. This Hulk and Rhino set, I think it was 20 bucks. I think there's a couple little side things, extra junk things missing. But I bought it for the 2 minifigs. Really cool. My son watches this show, so it's one reason I got it. I didn't have a Hulk, the small Hulk, and the Rhino's brand new fig. I was hoping the fists might do something, but you can see they're not really made for any kind of minifigure compatibility, but they're still nice. Got a print there. I think this is a 4+ set. There's no stickers with it, but you do get 2 great minifigs. We'll move those off, and we'll look at a set from the early 90s that I was really after. I got this. I think I only paid like $14 for it. So we got our dump bed and just our little excavator. It's really cool. He's got full range of motion there. But They did this. They've come out with one or two since then, and they've really bulked and beefed it up. I wanted the original because I had a lot of this stuff back when I was a kid. This style, 4 wide for the most part, and just that simpler design. I've got a lot of the construction stuff here. The bucket doesn't want to stay up. The one piece down there is, I guess, loose on the teeth. I bought this used. All the others, it's really one of the few things that I bought used from that age, because I got a lot of them brand new, so they're used now because I've had them for 25, 30 years. All right, moving on. Our $10 mech, I think he's actually $7.99 on Amazon if you live in the US. Little creator set. Not bad. Reminds me of Megazord from the Power Rangers. I'm gonna do some different color schemes, change the legs and arms and stuff to different colors, and you'd be pretty close to having your own Megazord. Yeah, it's pretty cool. He's even got head. You can tilt his head to the side and make him look confused and intrigued. So his wings move back if you want to make him fly. And he's got those big shoulder pads, so you got to move them shoulders up to make him, or the shoulder, I don't even know, shoulder pads, shoulder guards, shoulders. But not a bad little set. If you can get it for $8, hey. All right, moving on. This one came out, supposed to come out January 1st, and it didn't. It came out close to a month late. I ended up buying this at Legoland because it's the first place I saw it in Florida, and then once I got home, then it was actually on the Lego website around the first week of February. Chinese New Year set, Brickhead. Really cool. There's a lot to it. It's really got a lot more content than some of the other Brickheads for that $10 price point. So if you find that, pick it up. There's some pretty cool colors on there. I'd love to get a lot more yellow leaves to try to do more fall stuff. You can see the tail on the back. There's some really good pieces. The bananas for eyebrows, that's a really cool design. All right, next up, our little scene with the squirrels. So you guys can see them squirrels there. You get a brown one and a black one. I might add this to the park somewhere around. I'm going to figure something out with it. I've got 2 of these I bought. You get this, you get the yellow bike, which up until this set, the yellow bike was very, very rare. But now we've got a newer yellow bike. There's a few minor differences in it and the design between the old like 80s, 90s style bikes and this one, but it's still a yellow bike, so that's really cool to add that. You get this little tuk-tuk, I don't even know, just little garden vehicle. I love the minifig in it though, with his printing. Maybe not so much the face piece, but I love the shirt and the brown hat. If you guys have seen my other stuff, my Eagle Scout logo over there, this reminds me of a little scout. So changing up the face piece and putting one of the neckerchief or like bandit things around, turning it backwards and covering his face, just turning it around and making a neckerchief. Wouldn't mind having about 5 or 6 of these little piece sets. Yeah. So I might look on Bricklink and maybe try to fill some torsos and green hat pieces with that. Load up on those. I'm sure somebody's going to have a bunch of them. All right, so our last thing to look at is the crane. $39. I paid full price. I would probably, since this came out January 1st, I don't be surprised if this drops to $32. Walmart, Target, Amazon at some point in the near future. This road piece is actually fairly rare. It's in some of the stunt sets, and this one, the ones that come in the road packs that you get one of those just like this, but you can see it's got stripes on it. So you don't get any just like that. If you've got some odd shapes or something for your roads to try to fill in this weird shape. I bought several of these from Bricks and Pieces, just the road piece, just to make a driveway, to inset a driveway in, because it's 8 wide. So yeah, that works. Crane was really cool. You've got that articulation. You've got your little stabilizers that come out front and back. Try to do this fairly quickly, and that's why I wanted to do it fairly quickly before I messed it up. The crane, you get this string. You can see how it raises and lowers like that. So we'll lower that down a little bit, and then this just pulls out, and it goes pretty high up. So you do get a fairly good amount. You do get 2 people with it, 2 minifigs. You can see our crane, actual crane operator, and then our driver in there. It's a pretty wide, it's 8 wide, plus mirrors. Great set for the city. It's gonna go in my city for sure. I'm not gonna use that road piece. I'll hook something else to it. Maybe a sign or something would be pretty good, like putting up a billboard. That might work really well. But that's what we've got for today. I just wanted to go over a couple quick things. And we will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you're new, please subscribe. If you just subscribed, thanks for subscribing. We got a lot more stuff coming out in the future. We'll do a Lego City update really soon, and probably a farm update fairly soon as well.